very hard. Very hard. Guys, anybody here ever had a job they're a little embarrassed to have in their life?
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah? Only a few people, apparently. The rest of you guys just went to career, huh? After high school, like a few people had some embarrassing jobs. All you other people just went to high school to $60K a year, huh? Pretty much. Who just said that? You know what? Fuck you, man. You know who you are. Fuck you. I've worked in a few embarrassing jobs, believe it or not.
No.
One time, at 28 years old, I moved to Holland, Michigan for a radio job. But because the radio doesn't pay anything, I had to work 2 other jobs to support my career. One of them being a host at a restaurant at Johnny Carino's. 28 years old. The lady didn't really believe, I guess like the manager when I had the interview or something, she didn't like trust me with that level of responsibility to just walk up to a group of people and go, yo, what do you want to eat? Okay. Hey, they want this. That's what they ordered. There you go. She thought that seemed a little complicated for me. I guess they want to give me a job anyway. So they're like, what about this? What about this? Could you handle just standing by the front door? When people come in, count them. Walk them to a table with that amount of chairs. Just walk right back and start doing it again. Little day last summer. It's a little weird being 28 years old and a host at a restaurant, you know what I mean? I have Friday nights where I was working at my job, my career, or I'm working in the afternoon, and I'd go to Friday nights at the restaurant, sitting here at 28 years old, working with some other people, like 16, 18, 17. I'm like happy I'm there. I'm like, I'm working at a radio station. They're just worried about how they're going to pay for prom. It's harder to realize to become a host, believe it or not. It takes 3 training days to become a host. See what I just described, which is counting and walking? It says in the book some things you should bring up on the way to the table, like, oh, I want those local sports teams, you know, just to like chit-chat, like make it light. No joke in the book, though, it said 3 things not to bring up was politics, religion, or controversial issues. They have a real problem with hosts bringing up controversial issues. Like in the minute that they're walking to the table. We got here 4. All right, guys, I got a table for you right over here. Just throwing it on the way. I'm pro-abortion. You have very good lasagna here. Anyone here got some embarrassing tattoos? No one?
Yeah.
Yeah? What you got? A goldfish. What's it for? Did that, sir. Mission accomplished. I got a few embarrassing ones, and believe it or not, the worst one is not the Good Charlotte tattoo I got right there. But it's the number 9 right over here.
I said yeah.
So I'm not too great with the ladies, guys, believe it or not. And I was at a party a few years ago with some girls, and she saw I had a few tattoos, and goes, oh, well, let's get a tattoo together. And I said, hell yes. Why not? Let's do it. 4 days later, we're at the tattoo place. I didn't know what to get, so I just was like, I like NASCAR, so I got this number. But she got hers first, because I was a gentleman, I watched. And she got hers. I started getting mine done, and halfway through, she said, I gotta go to a party. Thanks a lot. Bye. Never talk to me again. You guys ever have a really bad date? But like, you can forget about it, right? It's just like another date, like whatever. Every time I look at right here. It's a reminder of that time that girl just walked right out. The worst thing about it is like NASCAR changes numbers all the time, so he changed his number to 5. a year later, and now it's just a number 9 for no reason. No significance whatsoever. Other than just the sign that I'm a terrible person at dating, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to think that I'm a positive guy, though. I like to think it worked out pretty well, because I've been able to tell that joke for a few years now doing comedy. And I'm just going to assume that she's having a terrible, miserable life. Knocked up, husband that cheats on her, I don't know. Exactly. This is participation, guys. Wesley mentioned Tinder. I do Tinder, believe it or not. You know what he didn't mention about that is like, I can't believe, like, he mentioned that when he went on the date, the girl mentioned that she was religious. I can't believe how many people that are on a hookup app all of a sudden decided they're religious. A lot of born-again Christians on Tinder, guys. A lot of people have 3 kids and all of a sudden now they're not going to give it up. It's like, who is this? Like, I don't want you for this now. Like, why would I want a girl on Tinder after now she's decided that she's going to be a Christian, a good Christian girl? I don't know. You know, you can pay for Tinder too. I don't know who pays for Tinder. Do you know anyone on here Tinder other than Wesley? Nobody. All right. Here's how free Tinder works, guys. You get like a certain amount in a 12-hour period, and then it tells you. She knows. Well, you said yeah. Oh, you said I'm dealing with another person who knows about the 12-hour rule. You get so many in a 12-hour period, and then they tell you if you want more, you gotta pay for it. Like, who is like sitting here going like, oh my God, if I just pay a few dollars a month to Tinder, the next one's gonna be gold, you know? It's all right, you can yell. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I don't know why I did that. You know what I feel good for the girl. I feel bad for the girls, like, or I would feel bad. Like, I'm glad the girls don't have to see who rejects them on Tinder. Can you imagine if some of these girls had to see that I swiped left on them? How demoralizing that would be. Like, if you got a check mark of like, this is how many people swiped right, but this is how many people who swiped left. And they looked at my profile and they're like, 33-year-old man who lives at home, struggling comedian. He said, no thanks. I'm good. That is sad, you're right. Maybe she should come up here in type 5, huh? Any parents in the house? Wow. A lot of conceited people in here, huh? Who clapped? Who's sort of closer with the clap? Oh, fuck you. You clapped, didn't you? You did? I know your name, but I'm going to pretend like I don't. But why do you think you're so good that you deserve to reproduce? Like, you realize it's been done, right? We got a population problem. You thought you were that good of a specimen? I just think it's weird, like, people that need, like, oh, I need to have a kid. Like, really? Really? You think? I don't know, like, unless you're like a scientist or a hardcore athlete, I think it's just a conceited thing. Like, you think you're that good. What, you choose, was it, did you choose to have kids, Frank? Sure. Or Frank, not Frank, right?
Yeah, Frank.
This isn't bad. I don't have to pretend I didn't meet him before. Frank, did you choose to have kids?
Sure.
Why? You get tired of vacations and having extra money? Disney World must be that fucking fun, huh? Get tired of going down to Cancun, all you can drink? I mean, don't get me wrong, Frank. I understand why people have. I understand how kids happen. Like, you know, I mean, condoms suck, right? So, pulling out, you know, who wants to do that? But I can't imagine choosing to just crash my life to a living halt. Like. And like, to me, like, if the need for kids is just so much like, oh, I just want someone else in my life to, like, you know, whatever. We are doing a show here, man. I don't know if you know it or not, but I know it's, I know it's not that funny, but I know I'm not that funny, but I mean, fucking give me 5 more minutes or something. But what was I fucking, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so like these people who just need like that person, like, oh my God, he'll grow up and he'll be a little person and we'll be able to hang out. I'll buy him baseball jerseys and take him to Mets Tigers games. Like, I want to put it out there, like, I'll do that, guys, if you want kids. If someone wants to still a kid,
you do not need kids there.
No, I want to be your kid. Can't forget about the learning how to piss in pants and all that shit. Just shoot straight to the point where you can just take me to Tigers games. Take me to concerts, I'll be like, oh my God, thank you. This is awesome. Take little pictures, all the dances, whatever. How much time did I do so far? Let's see what we got here. 11 minutes. Okay, I got time. Take my time, someone said. So I've been fired from a job before, believe it or not.
No.
You're not a listener, right? This is perfect for you. No offense, So you ever remember the movie, I don't know how old you are, but you ever remember the movie Waiting? No? Well, there's a game, it's a movie about waiting at a restaurant, and the goal, there's a game in this movie where male gentlemen will show their junk to other male gentlemen, and if they do it, the guys kick them in the ass and call them a homo for some reason. And so I used to work at the Red Robin right down the street, guys, and as a 25-year-old adult guy is like, hey guys, what about that game from the movie Waiting? How come we ain't doing that? What's your name? Danielle. So Danielle, pretty soon we were showing, me and my other fellow colleagues were showing each other our wieners. And so then eventually, some guy got me really good. He went out for a smoke, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. And he went out to the back, and I got up on the prep table with my pants down. And I didn't realize that my manager was out smoking at the time. And I mean, I'm not like a HR rep or anything, Danielle, but I think it turns out it's a little frowned upon if your manager comes walking in on you with your full-on pants down and his dick in his mouth. There's a good part of this, Danielle. There's actually a good happy ending to this story, though, because at the time I was in a group of guys that thought we were going to be the next jackass. So a week later, I actually burned my dick off. Let my dick on fire. So bad, Danielle, that I couldn't walk for a month. But the thing was, Danielle, here's where the happy ending comes in. Like, my mom, I've been fired, and I'm still living at home with my parents, and so I couldn't go to work. I wouldn't have been able to go to work for a month because I couldn't walk for a month. So if I hadn't gotten fired for showing my dick to my manager, I would have to explain to my mom why I burned my dick and I couldn't walk for a month. So it worked out all right. It's a happy ending. I got one more. Is there any guy in here that's not a listener at all or no? Right there, perfect. What's your name?
Cody.
Cody, what do you do for a job?
Starbucks.
Oh, you're right there with Steve and Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ask old ladies if they want, what was the old dirty or something?
I don't get too many old ladies, but yeah.
Okay.
I ask them if they want a dirty chai.
Nice, dirty chai. How dirty do you want it?
Yeah.
Cody, I'm really lucky that I get paid to do actually something I enjoy for a living.
Yeah.
But there's negatives sometimes, Cody. At Starbucks, would your manager ever call you and say, like, Cody, we're going to need you to go to San Francisco?
Oh, no!
Watch a bunch of dudes jerk off. Come back and report back. Is that a yes or no, Cody? I didn't hear it.
That's a no.
No, that's a no, Cody. Cody, so I know you don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. But at my job, when I said I would go do anything, if I could fly me somewhere and put me in a hotel, that's what I had to do, Cody.
Yeah.
Cody, you know what's weird about going to a male masturbatory club for a job?
haven't found out yet.
I don't have a wife or girlfriend, man. So my mom had to drop me off at the airport. 93-year-old grandma in the back seat. Knowing why I'm going there. It wasn't like because I couldn't just be like, I couldn't just say, hey mom, I need to go to the airport, drop me off. How are you going? Don't worry about it. It was nice though, Cody, because the thing I had to do was on Monday, so I didn't have to, I got out there Saturday, so I got to go see the sights and shit.
Right.
Which was nice. I did all that shit. But then come Monday, I'm sitting there, realizing I gotta go. It's weird also because I was in the hotel getting ready to go. Now I gotta be honest, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing my mom never thought, because my mom was really worried about it. She's like sending me texts like I'm praying for you. And I'm not sure, I didn't ask her, but I feel like my mom never thought when she had this kid in 1984, that I didn't feel like 33 years later that I'd have to be texting my son like, I hope the male masturbatory club is safe. I hope you don't get, I walked there, not because it was in walking distance, but because I didn't want to take an Uber or a cab there. Didn't want to let them know where I was going. So I got there a little early, Cody, and there was a line. And I'm like, I know I gotta be here, but I don't want to wait in a line to go to a male jack-off. You know what I'm gonna do there, Cody? Make small chit-chat. You guys catch the Giants game last night? That was a hell of a game. I'm ready to, we're all gonna be jacking off with each other. Talking about the stock market, goddamn stock market. I lost a shit ton of money. So I went in there finally, and I didn't even want to pretend like I was there, Cody. Like I didn't know what to say, so I just told the dude, like, guy, no offense, I'm not into it, but I flew all the way from Detroit just to see you. He's like, okay, whatever. And then I went in there, Cody. I don't know if are you familiar with any of this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about already?
Of course.
Oh fuck you. I wish there was someone else that didn't know. It's all right. There's rules, Cody. I'm gonna pretend like you don't know. You gotta get naked. You gotta get naked. So it's weird when you ever go roller skating? You're young enough. You're young probably. You've never gone roller skating probably.
No, I've gone roller skating.
You know how when you go and you do roller skating, you have the skates and you give them the shoe, right? You give them the shoes and they give you the skates. Yeah. This was like that, except they gave me a paper bag. I went and sat on a bench and put my clothes in it. And then they gave me a number that I could return later for my clothes, because I was done jerking off. And there's really not a climax to this story, other than just me sitting in a room of 50 dudes jerking off. Like, a 50-year-old man next to me gave me a few stares a few times, kind of just slid over. Some people, it was weird, some people weren't there to necessarily jerk off other guys. They were just there to jerk off in front of other guys. Oh. Big black guy to my right just jerking off. I don't know. And then I left, Cody. I don't know. But then the next day, we talked about on the podcast about how I had watched these guys jerk off. And then the flight was the next morning, and I got to sit in the airport, and people started messaging me like, "Oh my God, that was funny." And it was awesome because the only reason it was worth it is if people found it was funny. So Cody, I had a moment in the San Francisco airport where I was starting to be like, oh my God, I wanted to do radio my whole life. And the only reason was I wanted to do immature shit, and get paid to do it. So I'm like, I made it. I had this is not a joke. I had a moment where I thought if the plane crashed from San Francisco to Detroit, my friends could be like, Eric did everything he ever wanted to do. But I do have to say, Cody, not the watching dudes jerk off part. It's the travel. Guys, I know most of you know who I am anyway. My name's Eric Fadie. Let's give it up for all these other comedians that fucking. Thank you so much for coming out. Honest to God, thank you so much for coming out. I think it's been fun. I hope you guys have had fun. This is the end of the show, so that's it. Bye. See you.